no time on the clock and no setting it back, and we gotta get profit. I'm standing on top of the glory, the road. We was just rebels and do what was told. When they asked me how we leveled up without us getting stuck, we just muscled up. This game spin, no one gotta tighten up, gotta muscle up, or you will get stuck in this game. I'm balling on top of that mountain. I'm on and I'm calling my mom and tell her I'm good. I'm surrounded by family like back in the hood. I was falling from grace, I was misunderstood. Hey, the pressure will sit you right down, but I stood up. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. On the balcony screaming, they just let me be. We had to slow it down. What goes around comes around. Oh, the frequency different now. I was going through different rounds. Hey, it's crazy, the progress is hitting now. Ain't no sitting and lost and found. I found what I lost in a minute now. I was on the wrong path, I admit it now. My only option was to get it now.
I got it on both and I learned from the losses. My failure was friendship, I saw it was ghosting. Started like everyone had certain tools. Only difference is I knew what to do. Now everyone calling when progress is stalling. My stock is missing, my life getting boring. Ain't no more hitting me up when you lose. When it's time to wake up, see you hitting the snooze.
When they ask me how we leveled up without us getting stuck, we just muscled up. This game spin, no one gotta tighten up, gotta muscle up, or you will get stuck in this game.
Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome on to another stream. It is Tuesday night and we'll be back for a cardbox slash Finiwords racing stream. So I hope you're all doing well. We did the first marathon race of this series on Thursday, and we did manage to get to 2,000 questions in my cardbox before the time expired. I think we were down to about 51 seconds to go. So yeah, we're going to be doing it again tonight. Yeah, my cardbox is a bit out of shape right now, so yeah, definitely going to spend a week or two trying to get this down and getting you guys to race me with my words is really the key here. So we're planning to try and get through another 2,000 questions as well on my cardbox. There is a time limit in terms of when the stream will end, so there's that. It's 11 p.m. US Central Time, so we've got about 2.5 hours. Or if you guys in the chat actually get through the words on the screen, I'm going to move over to the full screen now. There are 1,900 answers for you all to work on, and there you go. And you can see above my head the question number as well that I am at, as well as how many answers have been answered by you guys in the chat also. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to try and get through a lot of questions, and we'll see how far we get. Again, as long as somebody, well, if I get through 2,000 questions, or if the chat finishes everything, then the stream will end before the time expires. So it's really down to you guys in terms of if you want the stream to end early, then you are definitely in a position to make that happen. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Again, hope you're all doing well. Feel free to get involved with the game that we have going on right now. And every answer that you can answer right now is going to help go a long way for the whole team, the whole chat, to clear the whole board. And as I said, this is just a kind of a marathon race, so don't have to go all out straight away if you don't want to. And pace yourself. There's no overall rush, I guess, unless you want this to be done literally right now. But yeah, get yourself involved whilst you can. And say hello in the chat too. But the quiz on here right now is also just CSM24 4s to 8s. Sometimes in the past we put 9s on there, but we're gonna keep it, you know, not too advanced with the 9s. That's a bit much, but we'll see how well you guys do as time goes on. you can see I've got about 10,000 questions on my cardbox still due. Again, we're trying to get through 2,000 of them tonight. I could definitely try and maybe do, I think we're going to do at least another one on Thursday, which is the next stream. I'm likely to probably do it again next week as well, so we're going to have like a little mini series of marathons here. And if I can get through 2,000 in each one, that's 8,000 questions answered, and that will go a long way to getting my cardbox up to date. I kind of have set myself the goal to get it up to date by the end of the month, so that should hopefully be the plan. And then after that, we'll end up playing against the best spot in a series in the lead up towards Causeway, which is about 2.5 months away now. Not that long. It's starting to creep up as we are doing this, so that is that. But yeah, that's not actually my next. That is my next tournament that I'm playing in, but I will actually be attending another tournament before then. Not this coming weekend, but the next weekend. I'll be in Washington D.C. For the North American School Scrabble Championships, and I'll be bringing 3 teams with us to play in the championship event, which is the division for 3rd graders to 8th graders. And yeah, we'll have 3 teams there, and yeah, that's the division where you're playing in pairs, you're playing with a partner next to you. So that should be an interesting one. Again, we've got 3 very strong teams. Hoping that we are going to hopefully take down the prize, the big prize this time. But we will see. It's Scrabble at the end of the day. Things can happen. Things might not happen too, so we'll have to see. But I think we've got a good shot at least doing very well, at the very least. So that's all I can say about that. But you know, the tournament is coming up very soon, and it should be, as far as I'm aware, it will be streamed on the Let's Play Scrabble YouTube channel as well. So you'll be able to watch the action live on the YouTube channel. Yeah, and it should be very fun. Very fun. Okay, my wife is in the chat answering all of the questions right now. One man band is a 1-woman band. 62 answers already, all for her so far. I'm sure that more people will turn up eventually. We're still very early on in the stream since we've just gone live, so yes, we will have people in here also. But again, 62 answers. 62 answers that we have there right now is 62 fewer for the rest of you to get through, and that's, again, in the grand scheme of things, pretty big percentage as well. You get to 100, that's 5% of all the answers. That's definitely done. Definitely would have done your fair share. You need to crowdsource DC restaurants from folks when they show up. Yeah, we're gonna have to ask about that, because this would be the 5th year now. Is it the 5th year that we've been there? We've been there every year since 2022. Is that right? I can't remember if that's right. 2022 or the 2026. This will be the 5th year in a row. It feels like it's been a long time, and it's been held in the same place this whole time. Yeah, Leah and Jonathan were in 4th grade. They were the only team that we brought along at that year, back in 2022. And they've had... Is that true? They've actually had top 10 finishes in every single event? I forget the order of things, but yes, they were one of the most feared teams, even as a 4th grade team, and now they're back as an 8th grade team, as the oldest team. So yes, should be hopefully doing well, but we'll see. So yeah, if you guys are out there watching right now, we're dual streaming on Twitch and on YouTube as usual. But if you are watching on YouTube, you're going to have to get yourself over to twitch.tv/Austinio9 and log yourself in, watch from there, and start typing out the answers that you're seeing on the screen. Or any anagram that you're seeing, you can type it out and it will disappear if you're correct or hasn't been answered yet. Then it's the place to do it. But again, if anyone else is out there watching right now on Twitch, feel free to get involved and play along. Don't forget, this is a race between the chat finishing all 1900 answers and me getting through 200 questions on my cardbox. I've got through almost 140 of them now. So I'm about, what, 7.5% of the way there? Chat almost at 5% now. Is pretty good. We've still got 2 hours and 20 minutes left of the stream. If we both fail to clear everything or get to the number that is 2,000 questions for me, 1,900 questions, 1,900 answers for the chat, then the stream will end at 11 p.m. US Central Time, which is exactly what the time left is. Why I'm saying I'm slowing down already. There's definitely some more words there that I think you will know. Or are guessable, potentially. If you get to 100 answers, that's already a lot, so... I mean, if I'm about to go in red, so if we just find you not answering anymore, then we're going to take it that your battery is gone. You can always, well, we've got 2 hours left, so you can always charge it up, and then towards the end of the stream have another big push again if you are still around or awake. And we'll see at that point how many we've got through. But the one thing that you can definitely guarantee is that I will still be here answering questions at the same rate that I'm answering right now. Or I may have got through all 2,000 questions and I will have finished the stream and I'm not here anymore. That is the only thing that will stop that. But yeah, I think a good 100 answers is always nice, or even 1,000 points as well is a good solid number to contribute to the team here. Again, that would technically you would necessarily need 20 other people to do the same thing to get through everything. But I don't know. Even 200 will be a lot. 10%. But anything you can do is gonna help the rest of the team. Yeah, we're almost at 100 answers now, which is, again, that's a lot. It is a lot. There you go, you got to 100. Nice. Nice job. Nice job. Wife does have a lot of TV to watch, so you don't necessarily have to keep going if you don't want to. I mean, to be fair, you're still getting a lot of right answers, so that's pretty good going. The board is getting a little bit more tricky now, with just longer words or lower probability things that have just kind of been left there now. So just so you know, there are commands for things like Mela where you actually have a lot of answers already done. If you type out, I guess I can do it. I guess if you want to have a look to see what or who has already got the right answers, you could just type out something like this, who got whatever, and then you can see all the correct answers that have already been put in. So what is the last answer there? Is it actually done? Did you actually clear it? Maybe you actually cleared it. I didn't even realize. Oh, you declared it. Okay, I thought so, because it's not there anymore. Okay, good. Nice. So yeah, there's a lot of answers with one of them, then you can always do that. You can always do that, and you can see what has already been done, so you don't have to keep typing the same things out already. Yeah, Mela's it's a weird one. But it's not one of those words that really ever gets played very much. Because there's so many anagrams, and you would either just play meal or something, or male. You would never really play the trickier words unless you're like really like 110% sure of it, because it's like there's no point phonying with Mela if you can play the other ones. It'd be very silly to do. But still, yeah, churning away with those answers. Yeah, almost at 6% now. Too easy. Oh, good evening to a critter. Hey. Good to see you here, man. How you doing? Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing great. Doing great. Yep, Lindsay's there. That's my wife. She's answering things right now. Yeah, I hope everything's going well with you too. Yeah. Yeah, good to see you here. We're doing some anagram. Yep, that's right. Yeah, you spelled it right. And thanks for making sure, because you'll be surprised at how many people spell her name wrong. Even Scrabble players who have known her for so long still spell her name wrong. So happy that you offending names all the time. Yeah, it happens. It's a thing. So, Akira, when's your next tournament? Are you gonna play in Albany again at some point? Or have you got other plans for tournaments at this stage, or are you not doing anything? I don't think I'm due for 4th of July, apparently. Okay. Yep. Understood. Understood. Oh, family things, eh? Yeah. Just get in the way of things. Come on. Try to do Lake George or something instead. Yeah, that's good. All good. Yeah, I mean, at least in that area of the country, there's always a lot of tournaments around, so it's nice that at least you have a lot of choice and can turn up to these things whenever you're available. Maybe someday I'll do some real travel for Scrabble, but there's a lot to go, lose most of my game. Make sure you're ready. The Scrabble tournaments, no, not for the faint-hearted. They will smash you to pieces at any given opportunity. Can be brutal at times, especially in a game like this where luck is involved. But yeah, that's good to hear. At least you're gonna be back again soon, hopefully. It's quite fun, I must say. What, being beaten or losing most of your games? I mean, to be fair, people don't mind if they lose all the games as long as they just play. It's like, that's fine. I think it, but you know, it's obviously more fun when you win. But you know, it's always a learning opportunity. Always a good way to know what you're doing right or doing wrong. I think if you get in a bigger tournament with more players at your level, it'll be a different experience. Yeah, that is definitely true. Yeah, because especially in these, especially yeah, playing in these events like Lake George, 4th of July, where a lot of the top players are the ones who play Collins, and it's a bit more difficult because the entry, you would think that the entry to try and compete with them would be much higher, and there's not quite as many say Division 2 players playing Collins right now, which is hopefully, you know, over time will change. But yes, I think choosing Collins makes it tough, though. It does, to a degree. I mean, there's more to learn as well, but at the same time, there's also a lot more that people don't know, so you could look at it from that point of view as well. But again, especially in the US with the American dictionary kind of taking precedence, then historically the top players in the US who have always wanted to play in a world championship are the ones who are taking the plunge to learn Collins, and that's why the average level is much higher. But I will tell you that if you are in pretty much any other country in the world, then this would not be a problem because they just play Collins just normally. And there are players of all levels. And trust me, there are many people much worse than you out there as well. Despite potentially how bad you may think you are, you're definitely nowhere near that level. It's just a weird case that you're in a country where the average rated player of this is much higher, so that's just unfortunate. But that is, you know, that's just how it is. So we have about 2 hours and 5 minutes left of the stream at most. Again, we will end the stream if you in the chat collectively can clear the entire board of 1900 answers, or if I can get through 2,000 questions. I'm almost at 300 questions now, so I'm at almost 15%. I did get through 2,000 questions in the last stream with about 50, I think it was 51 seconds to go. 51 seconds before 11 o'clock US Central Time. I think I made it. So definitely possible, just need to keep the speed, keep the rate of questions going. A critter saying it was funny having to play Josh Castellano and Matt O'Connor in the early bird a couple of months ago, though. Wow, how did you find that? Oh well, that close. That's crazy. Yeah, I was answering questions pretty quickly to begin with, and then slowed down in the middle, And then towards the last hour or so, I was like, I have to answer like 100 questions every 6 minutes to make it. So I was kind of like keeping to that, and then I managed to just about finish within the time limit. So that was kind of what kept me going. Having to answer at a certain rate to stay on track. It was actually more fun losing to people who were that good. No pressure at all, and they went through the game after. That's nice. Definitely a unique experience. And they're so kind about it too. Yeah, because you know, they want to, you know, I say they, any like top-rated player, especially Collins, maybe playing someone who's a bit lower rated and actively wants to learn, they're more than happy to at least like kind of go through things and help you out and help you progress and make it. I mean, I know playing someone who's maybe way higher than you, like many hundreds of points rating wise ahead, can be very daunting. And yeah, it's not an easy thing. Like just having the cojones to even go and sit there and play against them is already you know, it already earns a lot of earn some stripes straight away from the top players and be like, you're not scared to stand here and play us, you know. It's not easy. Because basically, like, if you're that far rated lower, like, there is literally, there should really be no real reason for you to ever win. But, again, because Scrabble is, you know, luck-based to a certain degree, like, there is always a chance that you could draw 2 or 3 bingos, some relatively easy ones, and then you could actually have a good shot of winning. And then there you go. And then if you go home with a big scalp, then your weekend or your whole tournament be made straight away, despite even losing everything else. But at the same time, like, you know, we may be near the top of the rating list, but a long time ago, some time ago, we were in the same position as you. We had to work our way up the standings, work up the ratings, and we had to play the high rate players at that time also. So we know how it is. It's not easy. But definitely you definitely feel like you learn more playing against high rated players, and then you kind of see what they do. But I feel like it's a similar kind of way with like when you watch sport on TV. You're like, I mean, no offense to like lower levels, but like if you watch like the professionals play and do the top professionals do their thing, and you're like, wow, this is what they can do. Then that's really like what you aspire to be like. That it's inspiring. I think that's also part of it. And again, if you can learn a few things here and there from them, rather than say, I mean, again, no disrespect, but like anyone, if you're playing someone who's of a similar level to you, and then they don't tell you anything afterwards, or they may not necessarily be making the right moves, then it's like you're done, and it's like, well, okay, that was done. But yeah, you know. So there, I've always, when I was younger, as a child, I used to play in tournaments, in adult tournaments when I was 8 years old. So I used to play people who were 80 years old and higher rated than me, and I would still be playing them. So I've always had the mentality of just being an underdog at that time, and just being like, well, let's just give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? I lose and that's it. The best thing that could happen is that I'm an 8-year-old and I can beat a fully grown adult who's been playing this game for 5 times longer than I've been alive. You know, it's like, okay, cool. Let's see what happens. All to gain. That's how I look at it. Yeah, exactly. Having such low pressure on the game is like, it's nice. You just have to give it a go and just give it your all. You know, nothing to lose. And that's exactly that's really the only way you can approach this, and as a learning opportunity as well. Because again, if you kind of go into it thinking, oh, I need to win X number of games, but I'm playing all these top players, then it's like, no, that's not gonna happen. Like, you just need to keep your feet in the ground and be real for a second and be like, yeah, that's not really what's going to happen today, but we've got a different problem in front of us this time. And we'll adjust to it, so it's all good. So yeah, definitely would encourage you to continue, and hopefully we'll see you in a tournament, or at least I'll be seeing your name in a tournament sometime this year. It would be great if that happens. Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. That's it. Okay, we're now under 2 hours, which now means it's now past 9 p.m. US Central Time. Guess I haven't quite got as far with my card books as I had hoped, but we're getting through it. What's your next big tourney? Good question. So I think, well, you obviously wouldn't know this, but I mentioned this just before I think you turned up. So the next tournament I'm actually be attending is the North American School Scrabble Championships. I have 3 teams turning up for that. That's in Washington D.C. It's not this weekend coming, but it's the weekend after that. 14th and 15th of March. I'll be bringing, again, 3 teams, so there's 6 kids. They're playing in pairs for that one. That will actually be live streamed on the Let's Play Scrabble YouTube channel. So you'll be able to watch that live as well, and I'll have my 2 daughters are playing, and we have a club here. We actually taught them early this afternoon as well, get them ready for the tournament. So that's the tournament I'll actually be next attending. But the next tournament that I'll actually be playing in will be one of the biggest tournaments in the world. It actually might be the biggest tournament in the world, and that's the Causeway Scrabble Challenge in Bangkok, Thailand. 500 players have signed up for the event already, and there's already a waiting list. This is a tournament that is organized by Michael Tang, who's from Singapore. He is now bringing back the Causeway Scrabble Challenge. It might be a yearly thing soon, but he capped it at 500 players, 5 divisions of 100 players each, and yeah, lots of big prizes for the winners as well in each division. So I'll be in Division 1 for that event. I think there'll be 50 games going on during that tournament, each round. I think in the Premier Division, the top division, every single game will be put onto Woogles, so you can actually watch every game live. As well as there will be 3 streams. There'll be 3 tables that will have a stream on them, and you'll be able to watch them somewhere again as well. So you get to pick whichever one you want, or if you have 3 screens, 3 TVs, 3 phones, or whatever, iPads, you can put them all on at the same time and you can watch them all. And there will be 3 teams of commentators as well, who will all be on site. So this is one of the biggest tournaments ever. And yeah, I think there are some murmurings of that it will actually be on TV in Africa somewhere, like across Africa. So like there's a lot of stuff going on and how big this is going to be. So yeah, this is going to be one of the biggest events maybe ever in Scrabble history. So yeah, it's exciting to be part of, and Michael Tang, the organizer, actually personally invited me, and I guess he invited all the other top-rated players in the world to try and play in his event, and he wanted all the top players to be there. So it's a who's who of high-rated players around the world playing in Division 1. And I mean, my Wesper rating isn't like the highest it's ever been at this moment in time, but I think I'm seeded like 30th or something right now, or 35th or something like that. I don't know. I haven't checked the list, but I'm definitely not right at the top in terms of the seedings, and that shows you how strong the division is going to be. And many of the top world's top 10 players will be there also. I think almost all of them will be there. So yeah, it's going to be an incredible event. 36 game event across 4 days. So we'll be playing 10 games for the first 3 days, and then the final 6 games on the final day to wrap up proceedings. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. I think you should win then. I hope so. We're going to have people like Nigel playing and David Elder playing, Hubert Wee. Many top American players, North American players will be there as well. So it's going to be very difficult to even come out near the top. But again, it's again, everyone has to play each other, and only half of them can win a game at any time. So everyone's going to be taking points off each other. It might just come down to whoever can rack up a winning streak towards the end to finish in the top 10, but we'll have to figure that out eventually. So we'll have to see. Haven't seen Delta 20 in a while. Yeah, he's been playing in Australia, but yeah, I'm not sure how many big tournaments he's playing in recently though. Oh, I completely forgot that I actually don't have my my soccer shirt behind me. I had it around somewhere and I forgot to bring it with me. Oh well. Won't tell anybody. Oh, hello, everybody. Thank you, Raiders. Thank you, Ancient Cosmographer, for the raid. Wait, what is this? Happy affiliate anniversary, thank you. Wait, what is this? Copy pasta. Okay. I need some context behind that. But yes, all good. But yes, good evening, everyone. We are doing a marathon race again tonight. It's going to be can the chat complete all the answers in the on the board before 11 p.m. US Central Time, or before me finishing 2,000 questions. I'm about almost. I'm getting closer to 400 right now. And now there's a lot more of you here, so we'll see how that kind of shapes out. But again, hope you, Ancient Cosmographer, had a good stream. I did watch parts of it as well. Saw you were playing on Woggles and doing your mystery lists. I saw that you had something. You made some pastry of some kind as well. Is that? Is that? Did you? What did you make? I can't remember what it was. Something swirly. The most delicious cinnamon roll ever. There you go. See, I was watching. I told you, I was watching. I didn't necessarily say anything, but I was there. My eyes were My eyes were there. And you said you made that? We also found out that anagramming the last names of Olympic gold medalists is kind of challenging. Oh boy. Yes, homemade, but nobody believes me. Oh. I'm not sure I believe you either, though. That's the thing. It actually looked... I'm not saying surprisingly good, because, again, I don't know what level of pastry making skills you generally have. It could have just been a one-off, like, really good thing, or maybe you're just churning these out like normal, like it's no big deal. But maybe we need some kind of ancient cosmographer like cooking stream or something to prove that you actually done this. It was kind of an accident how sweaty it turned out. I believed him before he refused to eat the center. They're not usually that sweaty. See, you have to see. This is why it doesn't add up, right? People, you're adding some skepticism to things now. Like you have to do it. Do it all. You have to eat the whole thing here. This is not like it's been like propped up together or something. I don't know. As you can remember, YouTube cooking tutorial shorts. I think I would watch that. Maybe if I stream the baking process, people can tell me at what point I'm killing the yeast. Oh, okay. I'm sure many people who will watch will have the expertise to tell you where you're going slightly astray. But again, we can't tell you that unless you actually prove that you made it. So like you actually need to put it on the stream. Because really, you're gonna have people that just won't believe you. Oh. Oh, sorry, Muppet Tentacle, I accidentally deleted your answers. Sorry, you have to type it out again. My bad. Or maybe I'm just trying to sabotage you all. Maybe that's just it. Yeah, maybe that is it. Maybe I would just start doing that all the time. Oh, that would work now. Damn. I don't know why it got auto-modded. I'm not sure what it was. Okay, I'm up to 400 questions now. You guys are catching up pretty quickly. My wife at the start of the stream put up some big numbers whilst you guys were watching Ancient Cosmographer, so that's the target for now. Got through about 120, maybe 140 answers or so. Although no, I think she is now watching TV, and you guys are tagged in. But again, don't forget, if you clear the board before the time expires, then the stream will end. So that is the thing here. Actually, I'm going to put out a prediction right now as well. In terms of how you think the stream will end tonight. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that right now. Let's get that on the road. Okay, so now the prediction is now live on Twitch. 3 different ways to end the stream tonight. It's either going to be me getting through 2,000 cardbox questions, which is what I managed to do on Thursday with 51 seconds to go. The chat clearing the Finiwords board of 1,900 answers is also another way the stream can end. That is another option, and if we both fail to do that within the time limit, that is 11 PM Central, then that is another way. That is the final way that the stream can end. So use your A9 quiz wisely. Get predicting on what you think the result will be tonight. You guys also have the power to actually not say rig it, but it's in your hands to just say chat clearing Finiwords, and actually you can just clear them all collectively, and that will actually work. But again, we will again, I know that some of you might not have all the time in the world to do that. But in theory, you could do that. But we do have coins on each of 3 of the prediction results right now. So that's good to see. Still have plenty of time to get your predictions in, so I will kind of maybe remind you when that kind of is expiring. But the numbers are pretty comparable in terms of how many questions I have done. So 430 now compared to answers for the chat, which is about 337. We're kind of racing to around 2,000 each anyway. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. The only thing is that I will definitely be here for the next hour and 43 minutes if I have not got to 2,000 yet. So that's a certainty. It's just that maybe you guys might not. We'll have to see and how far you guys can get. And you guys have a board of like 60 different questions you can work on at any given time. And there's a lot of you there, and I can only work on one question at a time. And there's just one of me. So we'll see. Skill issue. But you have a hint button, that is true. I guess I don't really need the hint button, but I'm actually answering questions that are in the high card boxes right now, so that's why I think I can get to 2,000 questions. Yeah, because my family was visiting, and also I got a bit lazy after Credit City Cup. I do have quite a lot of questions unanswered in my card box, so definitely looking to get this kind of under control before the end of the month. But I will say that I am planning to do more of these kind of streams again, depending if, I mean, whether you like it necessarily or not. I will try to do more of these kind of streams, so that way I can get through more questions sooner. But I probably wouldn't be doing this otherwise. Did I take my family to Popeyes? Actually, we did not take our family to Popeyes this time. Because, funnily enough, very weirdly, you won't necessarily believe this, but this is true. In my hometown of Milton Keynes in England, there is actually a new Popeyes that actually opened about a year ago. I don't think they've actually been, and I don't know how it compared the actual how the actual taste actually compares to like being in Louisiana. But again, I can't imagine it'd be much different. Just like going to McDonald's or whatever. I don't know. It can't be that much different. But there just so happens to be one in the big shopping mall that's there in Milton Keynes. There's like 10 of them in my city. But are you a fan of Popeyes? Fourth row, 7 down. That one begins with the P. The MKW Joseph. Is your mum banned from Popeyes? I don't think so. I don't think she's actually been there yet. But in their previous visits here, then they have come here, but they went to Popeyes and they actually really liked it. It's fine. Oh, so what's just fine about it? Honestly, I honestly think that Popeyes is actually probably one of the best fast food joints I think around, in my opinion. Again, I have not tried them all, but in the ones that I have tried, I think it's one of the best ones. We have a Canadian chain that is comparable. Okay, so what chain is that? And is that in America anywhere? Mary Brown's. Okay. Honestly, we'll say I have not heard of it. Doubt it's in the USA. Okay. Is it similar to like a Tim Hortons or something? Like but that's probably bigger though, right? That is mainly I don't know what Canadian chains there are. Okay, it's probably bedtime. I don't feel like watching these ads. Sorry, Aston. A good night and good luck. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah, I hope you will see you around soon. Again, every Tuesday, every Thursday night, US Central Time, I'm here. So feel free to check in again soon. Hope you have a good evening and good week if we don't see you again. So it ends up being second highest on the leaderboard. I'm sure will be overtaken by Muff the Tentacle very soon. But yeah, once we kind of get through more of my card works in these coming streams, I am intending to prepare for the Causeway Scrabble Challenge in about 2.5 months from now, with another series against the best bot. That is kind of what I am looking to do. I might actually make it a lower time control, like give it less time. Because we're playing 10 games per day in Bangkok, Thailand. And that will probably mean I will need to try and conserve energy and not think as hard. So I'm going to try and play a little bit faster and try and generate things faster in my head and try and just speed things up. So the more I can do that before the tournament, the better it will be. They added an analyzer that should be fun for your series. Yes, I'm aware that there is a analyzer that now analyzes the entire game at once. That's good to know. I did download it today actually, and I just kind of picked a random game from Woogles to try and put in, and it just ran it through. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Again, I don't necessarily know what parameters it uses, or if any of them can be changed at this moment in time. I think maybe they can be changed later on as time goes on. But yeah, that is kind of what I mean, it's going to make analyzing games so much easier and faster just going forward. Could probably just like open a whole bunch of screens and just run them all at the same time and then walk away and then come back. Which would be nice, rather than spending too much time kind of going through every single move very meticulously. Have a more overarching view of the game without really sacrificing too much of the kind of granular stuff that you want to look for. So that'd be nice. I'll have to try and use that more. And also with the Causeway tournament, every single game is going to be input into Woogles as like a bank of games, and I think it'll be input live. So like even if you're not watching the stream, you'll be actually able to follow any of the 50 games that is actually going on in the Premier Division at any time, as long as it's live. And then that way, that should be a lot easier for me to analyze, because I can just pick it from there, assuming that all the racks are correct, and then run the analyzer and just get it all done very quickly. So that's kind of that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to how that that kind of feature will kind of develop as time goes on. Okay, we've got about an hour and 30 minutes left of the stream. I'm barely a quarter of the way through to 2,000 questions. And I will also say this now, that you've got about 2 minutes left to make your predictions for how the stream will end tonight. So if you haven't already got involved with the prediction, please put your coins down on something. Get yourself involved. It's either going to be me answering and getting through those 2,000 questions, or the chat getting through all of the answers that are available here, or if we both fail to do that, it would just be a timeout. 11 p.m. 1 hour 32 minutes from now, that no one has finished anything. So that is the other one. So go use your Enigma quiz wisely, get predicting. You've got about a minute left to do it, and then we'll see how we do. And again, don't forget, you can kind of influence that by just clearing everything yourself and voting for it. So that is also allowed. We can also influence that by distracting streamer with food questions. That is also true. I do not encourage that though, but I will distract you by that. I have finished my ice cream. You know what ice cream it is. It's the same one, and I've already finished it, so I'm happy. For those that don't know, it is a mint chocolate ice cream. Definitely not gross. It's an acquired taste. That's maybe what I will say. Acquired from a toilet. Hey. Acquired from my sink. With the toothpaste next to it. Alright, the chat is actually not that far behind me right now. 531 answers. I'm at 577 questions, so we do have a race on our hands now. And we're now within the last hour and a half of the stream. We've been streaming for about an hour now, so we're still got some way to go. But I'm a little bit behind schedule, I think, for clearing this before the time expires, but I guess I've been talking a lot too. I'm up to 600 questions now. That's 30% of the way through. What's better, Nola red beans and rice or British baked beans on toast? Wow. That is interesting. The reason why it is interesting, I will be completely honest here, is that baked beans on toast is okay. I don't love it or hate it. I think it's just good. At the same time, out of all the things that are in New Orleans, and the food that we have here, red beans and rice is actually one of my least favorite things to eat. I probably would not choose it as much. So to me, they're kind of like a 6 out of 10. So I don't know if I can really say which one is better or not. I kind of would rank them pretty equal, but not necessarily for being amazingly good or amazingly bad. But that's just my opinion on that. I'm sure some of you have already eaten both of those things in the past. That's English baked beans on toast or New Orleans red beans and rice. So you're saying the worst NOLA food is equal to the best British food? That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying the worst NOLA food. It's not technically true. I actually do think that fish and chips is probably the best British food. And that ranks to me much higher. So that's probably, I mean, if it's done right, it would be like an 8 or 9 out of 10. Does it be served from a newspaper, like a folded up newspaper? It would help, yes. It needs to have like some vinegar on it, salt and vinegar on the chips. Some people like to have curry on it as well, like probably Indian curry on this on it as a sauce. Malt vinegar, yes, I think so. Yeah, that's what I would choose. But to me, that's the best kind of fish and chips. But I feel like a lot of people who have fish and chips here in the US don't necessarily use vinegar. I bet British chips would make a nice poutine. Yeah, I guess to a certain degree, the chips with like some kind of sauce on it is basically the same thing. But yeah, I guess it's kind of, there is some kind of vague overlap there. Do you know Canadian Popeyes sell a Cajun poutine? What? How did we get a mashup of both of those cuisines? MKWJ is saying vinegar is gross in my opinion, ruins the chips. I think sometimes it ruins the chips if you when you're like pouring the vinegar on your chips and you pour it on the same chip like the whole time. You're just pouring it and it just lands on the one chip and it's extremely salty. But you got to be very careful with it and make sure that you kind of like swish it around like real quick, so that way it doesn't like all land on one chip. Which then means you can also make a mess. So it's kind of like you got to be kind of within those confines. What about the side of mushy peas? I'm not sure. Well, I also am not a big fan of mushy peas because it's just peas, but mushy. It's like someone's already chewed it. Every restaurant that sells French fries in Canada is obligated to sell poutine. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. He's slowing down. It's working. Yeah, I'm fully aware that I'm behind now, but you know, I'm also expecting that Muffled Tentacle will also not be here for the entire stream, so I'll end up getting ahead eventually. Asking about the best tea biscuits. I'm clearing my own cardbox at the same time. I see. How many cardbox questions do you have left in your cardbox to do right now? I'm sure yours is up to date all the time. I mean, your 37k backlog? What? What have you been doing? Took a break after Albany. Wait, which Albany? What, Albany, what, last summer? New Year's? Wait, how did you have that much? How's it possible to have that much? You must have had some due even before then. My cardbooks are relentless. It gives me 2,000 a day. What? Wait, why? Why did you do that? There's no off days for you. Unless you want them to be off days. I'm intense. That I cannot dispute. I assume, Muffin Tentacle, that you'll be turning up to Albany July 4th again to defend your title. He's avoiding talking about walkers and digestive biscuits. Again, the thing is, in America, biscuits mean something else. Seems likely I will play that one. Okay, good. I will see you there. I look forward to be beaten by you again. I'm washed after all, so I'm just here for entertainment purposes these days. Making up the numbers. Those digestive biscuits aren't good. Well, have you had the digestive biscuits that have chocolate on them, though? I think there's a difference there. I wouldn't necessarily eat the regular ones that don't taste of anything. The chocolate ones are a step up. Yeah, it's like smelling chocolate on something that's not good. The biscuits are better if dipped in tea. Yes, that is true. Again, dipping your biscuits in tea is a bit of a fine art because, again, you can't do it for too long. And you need to dip it in there for long enough that the tea soaks in. And then you have chocolate in it too, so like it's like going everywhere. It's like melting in your drink. Which again, if you like that kind of thing, that's fine. I also need to get them and show it. Oh man, I'm against the clock here. People have bet that I will clear my cardbox. Maybe we can do it another day. Chocolate syrup and tea. There you go. Yes, just like that. I can't do a product review of chocolate digestive biscuits at this moment in time. I have to not be distracted by Muffin Tentacle asking me these questions and then also having them in front of me to talk about too. I prefer shortbread. Yes, I prefer shortbread also. And we can buy them from Costco here, like Walker's shortbread. It is the bona fide gold standard. There's a reason why Costco do not have a Kirkland brand shortbread, because Walker's is the one. We're just genuinely curious about your culture. That is all good. I'm happy to answer any questions about my culture. Whatever that is. I don't even know what it is anymore. I guess I'm a mishmash of many different cultures. But yes, I will answer the best I can. That's what I'm here for. He gets the Costco size Walker shortbreads. Yeah, it's like a huge red box. And it will take most people like months to finish maybe, but they're so good that they get eaten very quickly, so yeah, it doesn't last very long. Yeah, it's like, it's so big that if you ate this by yourself and you ate them very quickly, you're probably going to the hospital very soon. It's probably not good for you. You dip them in your Red Bull. Well, now that you mentioned it, I should try it. Maybe the Red Bull will just burn it. It will just make it will change the color of the shortbread to like blue or something. Just be like fizzing in front of you. Some kind of like science experiment that's gone wrong. Surprised I didn't get auto-modded the Joseph, but you know, it's all good. Best work for me. Or maybe it knows that I'm British, and that's not really a rude word in England anymore. I heard it's not really that rude in Australia also. Like everyone uses it. That cuss. I got auto-modded. Wait, what? I didn't even see it. Wait, where? I didn't even see it. Unless you're just trying to distract me here. But I don't see it. Probably because you're in the US. Oh, interesting. Walker's Crystal. I would buy those at Costco. So what is the difference between Walker's Crisp and Lay's? Like, aren't they just the same? They just said my message couldn't get delivered. Oh, interesting. Okay. I guess that could only be answered by MKB Joseph then. And that's all good. It worked out. Okay, the chat now up to 765 answers. I'm on 725 questions. So I'm not all that far behind. We have about an hour and 50 minutes to go. So at the moment it's definitely looking more likely that the chat will get through all the answers before I will, at the very least. Within the time limit is another story though. Wait, what do I need to answer? You don't need to answer anything. You answered the C word. That was it. I think Hitchhike was saying that you couldn't answer the question. There was like roast chicken, cheese and onion, and prawn cocktail. Yes. I never see roast chicken flavor anymore. I feel like that's a limited edition flavor maybe. No, that roast chicken was around for a long time. And I was saying to Lindsay also, what I miss about chips here is that none of them are like meat flavored or supposedly meat flavored. Like, why are not more chips more like flavored like that? Because they were actually one of my favorite kinds also. I don't know why I like that more. Maybe it's just because it's a novelty, I don't know. But I've always, if I ever bought like a box of Walker's crisps and there's like a big box of just all the regular flavors and some kind of like of those kind of flavors that you just mentioned, then I would order eat those first and in a heartbeat. About to ask about this because I don't have a sweet tooth, but I also get most of my food from just a butcher and greengrocer, and I will go to the supermarket if I don't go down the confectionery aisle. That's okay. I mean, I generally also do not. I mean, it might sound hard to believe because during every stream, I have ice cream, and I also have technically some fruit as well. I have some cherries that I will demolish at some point during the stream. But I also am not really have a sweet tooth either. I don't really generally eat too much cake or chocolate in general. I I don't actually, to be fair. I've bought the Costco box of shortbread, but I actually haven't eaten much of it. And I actually don't remember the last time I ate any shortbread. It must have been like a month ago now, and I still have it in my in the pantry. But the rest of the box is gone. So like I reserved that for myself, and it's still there. Like, and I don't think I've even opened it yet. So yes, you can draw to whatever conclusions you might want based on what you have seen of me. But I'm afraid that is actually what has happened. I don't necessarily eat that much sweet stuff. Or like candies or anything. I don't really eat that. I mean, I don't say I never eat it, but I just don't, it's not my first port of call. I would eat like savory things first. Like chips or something. That's just my thing. There was a time when I was eating Tyrrell's sea salt and black pepper crisps. They were my favorite. Yeah, I love those ones too. It was like the blue, the dark, kind of like royal blue or dark blue packet. And they're kind of like kettle chips, I think. I love kettle chips. To me, they're kind of the best kind because it's like, it's just crispier. It just feels more substantial. I don't know. So whenever I go to Costco, I always look for those first. Those kind of kettle chips kinds. Why does Turkish Delight look so good and then taste so bad? So the streams are where you treat yourself. That is true. I actually don't even remember when the last time I tried Turkish Delight. I honestly don't remember when. But I feel like I've tried it when I was a child and I didn't like it. And I probably have stayed away from it ever since. Or the fact that I just probably don't have the opportunity, not the opportunity, but it's never like in front of me to try. I feel like I probably would try it again, given the chance, but I have not put myself in a position to do that. Of late, at least. Narnia lied to all of us about Turkish Delight. Yes, exactly. I do remember that part of the story. And I think that's why I wanted to try it, because I saw the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe like film when I was a child, and then was like, what is this Turkish Delight? So yeah. He literally sold out his family for it, so you think it's amazing. Exactly. They must have some kind of shares in Turkish Delight or something. Tootsie Rolls? That's so because everybody back then was poor, didn't have global supply chain. That was the best they had at that time. And now it just serves as a reminder of what the standard was. Well, if it helps, I didn't particularly like Turkish Delight, and I don't particularly like Tootsie Rolls either. So maybe there's something right in that. Maybe there's something on the right lines there. Okay, we have just over an hour left of the stream at most now. Chat now, almost halfway through the number of answers. I'm getting close to that number also. It's going to be a bit of a race now for the final hour or so if we can finish it before the time expires. But we'll soon see. These words are like punishment. There's nothing chocolate about them. And also bear in mind that with these kind of American candies, I've never really had them until I moved here. So I never have, I mean, some of you might have like memories of how trying them as a child or whatnot. I have memories of it, of like, maybe like yesterday I tried it. And I had to make a decision at that moment in time. I've never had a Pop-Tart either. Oh. I mean, it's basically just sugar. That's basically all it is. Pop-Tart is gross most of the time, but sometimes exactly what you want. It's just basically like a after a night out, you're having a doner kebab at 3 AM or something. Like, you would never eat that like any normal time of day. Pop-Tarts become slightly more edible when microwaved. I think that we bought some Pop-Tarts a while ago. This was before we even went to Costco. This was like, you know, we used to go, didn't have a Costco membership here. And I think the kids used to put it in the microwave a little bit before they ate, I think. I don't remember them just eating it straight out the box, so to speak. Doner kebab was a super British analogy to make. Well, gotta keep it real here. I think doner kebabs are around everywhere, so at least I have to make some kind of comparison that everyone understands. S'mores flavor is best. The silver stinkers. Never been disappointed. Never disappointed with the chocolate one, but the fruity ones get kind of gross sometimes. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I've not tried them all, so I can't comment on that. That's interesting though. I never had a doner kebab until I went to Madrid, and some Spanish people made me have one after the club. Again, that is the only time when you eat them. Literally only time. You're just like, what places are open at 3 AM? And there's like this doner kebab place that looks like it has a food safety rating of 1 out of 5, and you're like, wow, this looks so good right now. And then you buy it, and it just tastes good because it's just like greasy. And then like, I don't know. Maybe you might pass by it another time and you're like, wait, I ate that? Like, what was I thinking? And then you'll never really know how good it is or how bad it is because you'll never eat it when you're not like slightly hungover or something. I don't know. I watch Munchbox videos, reviews on YouTube. Oh wait, is everything scrolling up too fast here? And get annoyed that the most American thing ever, yet we don't have them in America. So what? Wait, what are those? Wait, what are we talking about here? So I know it scrolled up a little bit. Are you talking about doner kebabs? We're talking about a lot of different foods here. I thought all British people knew what a munchie box was. Whoa, wait a minute. Okay. MPW Judge, do you know what a munchie box is? I can honestly say to you right now, I do not know what that is. I think it's a Scottish thing. Wait, what? Okay. Maybe a lot of us don't know what it is. I can honestly say I don't know what it is. Should I be knowing what that is? Munchbox or Munchbox is an expensive fast food product sold from takeaway restaurants, primarily in Scotland and Glasgow in particular. It consists of some of fast food served in a large pizza box. Wow. Okay. There's a chocolate sweet, yeah, there's a chocolate sweet called Munchie, yeah, but that's not the same thing here. Wow, I don't think I've ever come across that in my entire time. I can also say I've also never been to Scotland, so I have not had a chance to experience what a munchie box is or consists of. Kebab meat, fried chicken, pizza, chicken tikka, samosas, onion rings, chow mein, pakora. Wow, what is this? This feels like it's something that you could serve at a buffet or something. Everyone just gather around and we'll eat this for dinner. What's up to Edinburgh and people were throwing chairs at each other in the McDonald's? Well, that sounds about right. And that's why I've never been there. It was a lovely place though, but it didn't interest me whatsoever to go to Scotland. I lived in the UK for 3 years and went to Scotland 3 times. My mum's purse was stolen in Edinburgh. True story. Yeah, that's also sounds about accurate. Was she like mugged or something, or was it just like taken somewhere? Like it was like someone just took it. I think my friend technically lived in Swindon. I think I think we've had this conversation before. So Swindon is nowhere near Scotland, but you know, you gotta roam around sometimes. Someone grabbed it off my brother's stroller. Okay, as long as like she wasn't hurt whilst that happened, then I guess it makes it slightly better to a degree, but still not a not a favorable story here for the Scotland folk. Oh, I see. Oh, I have Dundee on my card box right now. Not a word though, but talking about Scotland. Alright, we're down to about an hour left of the stream. The chat now is almost exactly halfway through the number of answers, so like there is a good chance that you guys can make it. I am about 100 questions behind you guys, so me winning this race is looking very low at this moment in time. Okay, so I think I've been to Dundee on school trip, and I did some Scottish. Did see some Scottish lady who was just in a fight and she had a busted up nose walking down the street. Oh no, you don't want to. I can honestly say you do not want to mess around with Scottish people. They will take you on at any moment at any time. They are known to be passionate about things, and they will. I guess from the stories that you guys have told me, they will literally fight you over things. I mean, there are also many other Scottish people who won't do that, of course, but seems like a lot of you have experienced the former. That's funny. That's the thing also, because I've also never been to Ireland either. The only time I've ever been like in Ireland was I think I was in Dublin just to connect a flight. I've never like set foot in Ireland, Northern Ireland or Republic of Ireland outside the confines of an airport. So I've never been there to either of those places or Scotland. I've only ever been to England and Wales. And I lived there for 29 years of my life, so I was there for a while. And I never went to those places. It never really interested me to go there. Never been to Ireland. It seems like a more depressing England, and I'm sure the countryside is fine. But we have countryside here also. That is kind of partly also how I view it. I mean, there's nothing really there that I'm like, wow, I need to see this. And I feel like all the people that go to like Dublin or something, always the only thing they do is like go to the Guinness factory or something. And like that's the only thing to do. Like everyone that goes there like does the same thing. I'm like, surely there's other things you can be doing, but it seems to be number one on the list to do. I'm not necessarily a fan of Guinness either, though. British people were amazed that we took weekend trips to Scotland. They consider that super far. Yes. But North Americans are used to driving long ways to get to the next city. That is very true. Especially when I moved here, I was like, we're driving more than 2 hours? Like, what? That seems like, that seems too far. Because I don't think I had driven anywhere that's more than 2 hours away, or and actually was like, yeah, this is close. Like anything that's 2 hours away was kind of like the limit for me back in England, because like you drive from one side of the country to the other, and that's all you need to do. Whereas I'm living in New Orleans, you can't really go much more south than New Orleans. You're just going to go into the warm, but you travel like to the nearest like place in Florida, and you're like, this is a 4-hour drive. I'm like, what? I got to sit a couple 4 hours just to like go a couple of 100 miles? Is that it? Like we do this is normal? Like no, if it's 4 hours away, I'm just gonna stay at home because it's 4 hours there and 4 hours back. Like it better be worth the 8-hour drive. That's a long way to go. But yes, because of Hurricane Ida, which was in 2021, we actually had to evacuate because it hit New Orleans pretty badly. And then we're like, well, we're gonna evacuate to somewhere near like Florida just to move out the way of the storm, and then we're gonna come back, look at what the damage was made, and then we're gonna drive all the way from New Orleans to Chicago, which is a 15-hour drive. I mean, that takes a whole day. Like what? And then you gotta drive 15 hours back. You can't just leave your car there. I mean, like you just have to, yeah, you have to take breaks. Yeah, normally maybe 3 or 4 hours or so, and then you just take a break. Meanwhile, on vacation as a kid, there would be whole driving days planned in. Yes, that. Yeah, I mean, America's just such a vast land. We've driven Ottawa to Halifax several times. That's 14 hours. Yeah. It's not particularly fun though. I mean, luckily, like family has like a TV, and you can load up some movies to watch. But at the same time, it's always the same movies that you have already seen, so it's not quite that enlightening, like just like watching and like watching films on a airplane, where it's like, oh, this is like a whole new bank of things I could potentially watch that I haven't seen yet. But here it's like, oh, I just have the DVDs in the car, and now we've seen all these like a billion times. But yeah, you wouldn't see anybody driving too far in England. Honestly, even driving an hour is still a long way for anyone in England. That's actually the same as driving from my hometown of Milton Keynes to London. And even then, we're like, oh, it's an hour. Or driving from Milton Keynes to Southampton, which is on the south coast. That's about 2 hours, and we're like, oh, that's a long way. And then you're like, nah, it's too far. Not gonna go. Which again sounds completely bizarre for anyone that lives in North America and was like, wow, 2 hours is like down the road. For us, 2 hours is running into the sea. In any direction, almost. Or going into a new country, you know, it's like, it's different. It's all levels, right? To me, it's just going to the neighboring Scrabble club's tournaments. Yeah, that's a long way. There's actually people who drive to our tournaments here, just outside of New Orleans, and they drive for like 6 hours, or like 4 or 5 hours for a one-day event. And they leave their house at like 3 AM or something. I'm like, wow, that is commitment, you know? Like, people will go through some serious lengths to try and play Scrabble for a one-day event. That's too far for a one day. But they might be Scrabble staff down there. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely not as many tournaments just in general in down south. Let alone Collins events. There's no Collins events here. I'm literally in hibernation until a big event comes around. So I don't really have any like small events to just kind of keep myself ticking along, you know. Which I think does actually make a big difference, because in England I used to play in tournaments every like 2 weeks. Or every week or every 2 weeks. And I'm always like on it the whole time. And then every 3 months there's some big tournament going on, and then I'm still like, I've played in tournaments already. I'm in the swing of things already without even having to do anything. So yeah, that's kind of against me a little bit, even though it probably shouldn't really count that much, but it does. So we're down to almost 45 minutes left of the stream. I guess we're going to try and make a bigger push now to get as many of these questions done as possible. Well, at least I will be trying to do that. I have not quite got as far through this card book as I hoped, but we've still got 47 minutes left, so I'm going to try and get as close to 2,000 answers as I can. Chat now down to 800 questions left. I think if anything happens now, it's either going to be a timeout that the time will expire before you guys get to the end, or you guys will clear the board. I think you guys are ahead of me right now, so yeah. So you're saying the distraction is working. I mean, it really depends. If you guys have voted for the timeout, because it would have distracted me and distracted a lot of people in the chat, then it would work. Then it would have worked. I mean, I still have 46 minutes to catch up, but I feel like I probably won't make it to 2,000 questions at this rate. But if I can get past 1,500, I think I'll be pretty happy with that effort. I can't believe you agreed to eat 10 shortbreads if you lose. I'm going to do my best to try and catch up with the chat here. I'm now within 100 of the chat now, so I'm going to knuckle down a bit more and get some stuff done here. With Tentacle doing everything he can to put me off here. Any thoughts on the royal family? Really, there is not. I have no real thoughts on them because I don't think about them. And also, I'm not particularly big fans of the royal family in general anyway, so I really couldn't care a great deal about them. I await your next question, by the way. Oh, why do you... I never said I hated them. So, you can't put words into my mouth there. I do not hate them. I just don't really see the point of them anymore. Or it's just something that's so archaic, it's like, I don't know if this should even really be a thing. I mean, I don't know who will be the ones who will tell them, you know, we're not doing this anymore. So, time to move out to a normal house. I think Weapon Tentacle should be some kind of... you should quit your job and you should just be a journalist or something. I think it is a relatively popular opinion in England, at least. At the end of the day, the UK people have to pay their taxes, and it covers part of for the royal family also. So people, you can imagine that actually it does not go down too well, especially since they don't really do that much, apart from bringing in some tourism and traveling around to places, showing their faces, you know. And I think of recent times in the news, the royal family have not been in the news for particularly good reasons. So yeah, that counts against them also. Yeah, I think so too, Good Joseph. Yeah, people don't care, and people well, just don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think there are some people that are, you know, still fans or whatever, or like the royal family, but they don't really do anything for you. So, I don't know. Alright, I'm up to 1,100 questions now. Doing my best to try and catch up. Yeah, I mean, that's also true. Is it true that the monarchy actually decides, but that's the reason why the leader of the country is either a prime minister or a president? I didn't make that up, right? That is true. Like, countries that have a monarchy or a royal family have a prime minister, and those that don't have a president, right? Then you'd have a president of England or something. That would just feel kind of weird. France is a proponent and has a president and a prime minister. Oh, really? Really? I did not know that. Oh. Might need to look that up then. It might be something I was told when I was young and just kind of believed it. I don't know. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, cool. I did not know that. Learn something new every day. Alright, so welcome back from the ad break. That'll be the last ad break for the rest of the stream now. Chat now, less than 700 answers to go, with just over 30 minutes to go, so it's definitely possible to make it. I'm just under 1,200 questions answered tonight. I'm trying to catch up on about 70, in terms of numbers, 70 behind the chat. And I'm now also eating my cherries, so it might be a little bit slower now, but all good. Oh, thank you, Hopeful Meta, for the happy affiliate anniversary. Thank you. We'll probably do some Anagram racing right now. The stream will end within the next 30 minutes at the very least. We're basically doing a race that either the stream will end again when the time expires, or if the chat can collectively finish the entire board of 1900 answers. You guys have got almost, you guys have got around 2/3 of the way there now. Or if I can make it to 2000 questions in my card box, I'm up to 1267 at this moment in time. So it's a pretty close race right now, but I think that the time might be the winner here. Well, no, we're not going to be off the entire thing by much, but we'll see. All right, just finished all my cherries. Sorry, that was why I wasn't talking for a while. But I'm done. In that time, you actually managed to open up a bit more of a gap on me here. But I don't think that I'm really the obstacle here to worry about. I think it's you guys now against the timer. There's 23 minutes left. 500 answers to go. I think collectively there's enough of you out there that can make it, potentially can make it. So one last big push for the next 20 minutes might be all you need to end the stream. I'm just going to try and keep up with you guys, but I don't think I'm going to get close in this case. But you guys are very close, actually. I think it's going to be a close ending. With just about almost exactly 500 to go now. So yeah, admittedly, I probably won't talk too much for the remainder of the stream. I'm going to try and get you guys to see if you guys can finish this race within the time limit. I really wanted to get close to 2,000 answered of my card box, which again I might get pretty close to it, but I'm not quite going to get there in time. But what I will also say is that if you are watching the stream right now and are enjoying what you're watching, especially the interactiveness of this stream, and you don't already follow this channel, then please hit that follow button right now. It'd be greatly appreciated. You know, support the stream in a bigger way by becoming a subscriber, especially if you have an Amazon Prime account and you don't already use your free Amazon Prime sub for the month, then please consider subscribing to this channel. It is literal free money that would not be used otherwise, so please do that if you haven't already, or at least use it somewhere. So yeah, there's those things available. We've got about 21 minutes left. Not long now. We're down to the last 20 minutes of the stream now. That counts down to 11 PM US Central Time on the dot. Can you guys finish this before the time expires? That's the question now. I've just gone over 1,400 questions answered tonight. chat is at 1472 in terms of number of answers on the board. You are about 75% of the way there now. Got the final push for the last 19 minutes. It can be done, I think. But it's going to be close. Admittedly, I've not been anywhere near as fast answering these questions as I was on Thursday, which I did get to 2,000 answered by the time limit. I did have 51 seconds to go on that occasion, as I got to my 2,000th question answered. Not going to have quite such success today on that front. But still a good number of questions answered at least. Down to 18 minutes now. Chat, just over 400 answers left. Okay, we have about 15 minutes to go. I'm actually now catching up with the chat now. I'm almost at 1,500 questions answered. I guess that kind of shows how much I can get done when I'm not talking. But yeah, I'm at 1,500 right now. You guys are just over 1,500. I have actually got more questions than you have answers, so still not necessarily in front, even if my number does overtake yours. But with 14 minutes to go, there's not much time left. Gonna have to make a final push. see how far we can get. Yeah, I'm now, my number is now higher than the team chat as it stands. But again, we both need to try and finish this before the time expires. So it's like we're going to be a little bit short here. In the chat now, 400 questions, or 400 answers to go. Less than 400 now. And just to reiterate that, I still have more than 400 questions left. Need to get to 2,000 here. I can probably get to about 1,700. And that will still be a fairly large dent into my card box, which is good. Okay, 11 minutes to go. Not long. Alright, I'm up to 1,600 questions answered, and we just went under the 10-minute mark. Looking very likely that the time will see us out for the stream tonight. But it's not over till it's over. Yeah, I needed to be answering questions at this kind of speed this whole time in order to make it, but I'm gonna be a little bit short, I think, as we're now under 6.5 minutes to the end of the stream. Chat now about 360 questions or answers away, which again, in the grand scheme of things, is a huge effort. I think we had got to about maybe 900 questions on Thursday for the chat. Big improvement. But there's not much time left. I'm almost at 1700 answered now. Oh, the bottom left begins with a P. You have the right last 3 tiles as well. Almost. Very close. Switch 2 letters around. No, you just have to switch 2 letters around. There you go. Okay, we're down to just over 3 minutes left. So this is the final push now. Let's try and get as many of whatever we can see left done and answered as the time will expire. Two minutes to go. Okay. Final minute now. Again, looks like the chat and me, we're both gonna lose. It's gonna be a timeout here. We did not quite get to the numbers that we had hoped to reach tonight. Although we all did a very good effort, put in a big shift in tonight to get at least close to the numbers. But we're gonna both fall slightly short as we're now into the final 20 seconds left. 10 seconds left, and I have just got past 1800, and the time is up right now. This is it. So the chat made it to 1582. Less than 350 to go. It's not that much, actually, in the grand scheme of things. So not bad whatsoever. Very, very good effort here. And we've been streaming for the last 2.5 hours now. And in that time, I managed to get to 1800 questions on my cardbox. This will put me pretty much at 9,000 now to go. And yeah, that is it. So that does mean that the timeout has won. We're going to pay that out in the prediction right now. So that is option 3. If you voted for that, option 3, timeout at 11 p.m. Central. That is the prediction result for the stream tonight. So yeah, that is that. So again, thank you all. I have a big thank you all to everyone here who are watching. Thank you to everyone that got involved with the Finiwords games. So St. JTB ended up being the top scorer MVP here with the highest number of points, with over almost, well, getting close to 6,000 points. Muff with Tentacle just over 4,000, and MKW Joseph just over 2,000 also. And my wife Elsie Shin 4th, and Blue Felly finishing in 5th place. So yeah, thank you all. Anyone that voted today, anyone that got involved with any of the answers today, anyone that got involved with the chat today, thank you all for watching. I would definitely cannot do this stuff without you, and again, I always do the streams for you guys as well. But yeah, we're looking to do this again on Thursday night. You can see I still have a lot of questions to answer. So I'm going to make more of an effort to do this before, outside of streaming times. Hopefully I can keep this number down. So yeah, we'll be doing this again on Thursday, another marathon race number 3. And once we get this number down from 10,000, closer to, I don't know, a couple of thousand, then we'll start doing a series against the best spots. So we're going to keep doing this in the lead up to the Causeway. So that is it for tonight. Again, I hope to see you guys at all in a couple of days from now. Otherwise, I hope you all have a good evening and a good couple of days until hopefully I next see you. The last thing I need to do now is to go raid somebody. So who is around to raid? Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go raid Study Cane. I mean, there's more of Finiwords action there as well if you want to do that. There looks like it's JQXZ words on the screen right now. JQXZ bingos and some high prob bingos are on the screen. So again, thank you all for watching. Again, big thank you to everyone that got involved. Again, this could easily just become a flop and no one else does anything, and it wouldn't be anywhere near as fun. But again, appreciate you all for doing this. So Thursday night I'll be back for more. So until then, hope you guys have a good evening. Take care of yourselves, and good night. This is it. See you around soon. Until then, goodbye. Thank you for watching too. Thank you. Bye bye.